Homefront 2. Homefront: The Revolution is a video game that was announced at E3 last year. I actually got to see this game at the pre-E3 Judges Week, all under embargo, of course. My preview, I think, published at or right before E3, where it is CryEngine, and it's obviously a new developer. Because remember, the Homefront franchise has a just insane amount of, I'm sure the Wikipedia page is
there are
pretty
so
long.
many stories behind this. Yeah,
it started as the studio called Chaos.
Yeah,
KAOS Studios was based in Manhattan, where, by the way, there are no game developers in Manhattan anymore, presumably because it's so expensive. Although I don't know how that means they're all here.
Yeah,
well, they're not
just as expensive
here in the city. They're all like.
What do you mean? Ubisoft's got the Rocksmith team is 2 blocks away.
Yeah, but that's Ubi. Ubi's huge.
Right, but they were backed by THQ at the time, and they had money at the time.
Yeah.
What other developer? I don't want to.
Anyway, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, so Chaos was these guys that started as they made a really popular Battlefield 1942 mod called Desert Combat.
Oh, that was the only one I ever played.
Yeah.
They formed up into a full team, made I thought a very underrated game called Frontlines: Fuel of War that had a lot of the same mechanics for original Xbox. Or wait, was it No, it was a 360 game. And then Homefront.
Yeah.
Which again turned out the campaign was, at the time, campaigns were getting shorter, but the campaign for this game was like 3 hours long. I beat it. I think I did it at work, at the office in one sitting.
Yeah.
And it was just like, wait, you start in Colorado, and 3 hours later you end the game in San Francisco. It's like you can't even get there that fast with a plane. Like we've defied like the second to last level. You're flying a helicopter to San Francisco, and then it's like you're on the bridge and the game's over. And it's like that's.
But the multiplayer
was fantastic.
Multiplayer was super cool.
Vehicle based.
Yeah,
a lot of vehicle stuff. Really good multiplayer, but game kind of ended up dying. Then THQ goes out of business. Crytek buys the IP.
Yep.
They hand it to the UK guys, aka the Free Radical team, the Time Splitters dudes. They're making it. Then Crytek. There's something about Homefront. It's
just cursed.
It's got a black cloud over it. But yeah, then Crytek runs into all sorts of financial problems. Yeah. They allegedly stopped paying a lot of their developers. Like literally, they're missing checks.
Coming out of that.
Basically, the entire team up and leaves, but they all just reform under Deep Silver, who in striking while Crytek is vulnerable.
Yeah.
Secures the IP and the development team, and they're called. Damn it, that's not their name. Damn, it's not their name.
They're called. Damn it, I can't remember.
I forget.
What they're called. Yeah.
They have a new name now.
Nintendo.
Yeah, Nintendo UK. No, and so it's basically the same Crytek UK team, aka Free Radical, that's still making Homefront: The Revolution, but it's it got thrown way off its development course. And they've now said, okay, not this year. It's going to be 2016 for Homefront: The Revolution.
Because we did do an episode months and months ago, I think, about Homefront: The Revolution. I think when it was acquired by Deep Silver, maybe that was it. We were talking about it for some reason, and that was a long time ago. And now it's even further delayed. That's crazy.
But the whole idea of this one, which I really liked what I saw. It was a vertical slice, to be fair, so it wasn't necessarily anything that's going to become real. First of all, the rain effects were amazing. It looked incredible. CryEngine 3.
Was it playable, or were you watching?
It was playable. They played it right in front of us, and then but it was set in Philadelphia, which not a lot of games are.
Yeah, that's
Philly's a
interesting.
weirdly underutilized city in video games these days, and the North Korean invaders from the first game. That's the whole sort of thrust of the universe. Have occupied Philadelphia, and so you're part of a sort of resistance team that's trying to take Philadelphia back.
Nice.
But the idea was that it was sort of open world, where you could go to different spots and take on different missions in the city.
Sort of like the Stalker games a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you'd have there's an RC car with like a camera and a bomb on it, and you can do different little things with that. And there was a lot to like about this game, and then it just got thrown so far off course by the storm that just hit it from the political stuff up top. I'm really curious to see what this game turns into.
Yeah, and I don't like the story just came out this morning that Crytek is getting ready to announce like this huge licensing deal with someone, and they were just hinting at like not exactly sure what that means, as if they're licensing their engine out or if they are going to make a licensed game,
like a Disney thing. Or,
yeah,
who knows?
So I don't. Yeah, but it sounds like there's a lot of money in that thing, so maybe that's helping keep Crytek afloat.
I guess so.
Yeah.
But this is now, of course, Homefront is now fully Deep Silver's property.
Yeah,
it is their game. They are making it. They own it.
Yeah, that's right.
So, who knows what's going to happen with with Crytek?
Yeah, but I mean, it's not to me. It's not surprising that this got delayed because I didn't think any of us. Like,
it was just a matter of how far,
sure,
right? Because when you they couldn't work on the game, they weren't being paid, so they stopped
yeah.
showing up to work, as well they should.
Yeah,
like forget it, I'm not going to work 60, 80 hours a week and not get paid. That's not a good plan for me and my family. But the other point I wanted to make about this is that I can't believe we're here in March 2015. And we already are filling out 2016.
The deluge has begun.
God.
I did it, Mom. Deluge.
Destin, that one was for you.
Yeah, I mean, last week with Uncharted, this week with Homefront 2. And there are going to be, no joke, I bet there will be a double-digit amount of games that are going to get delayed till 2016.
Totally agree.
Yeah.
And last week we talked a lot about Quantum Break.
Yeah.
Is that a real delay? Is it not? And as I said, I still think it's going to be 2016 for that game, and it makes sense for that game to be 2016. So probably looks like Quantum Break may be on that list as well.
I wouldn't be shocked if something like Zelda gets delayed. I wouldn't be shocked if even Tomb Raider got delayed.
Could happen.
Yeah, and then a whole mess of third-party stuff. Like Ubisoft insists that the Division, Rainbow Six, and Assassin's Creed are all coming out this fall.
Right.
I bet one of them won't.
Assassins is.
Yeah, I mean, hell or high water.
That's going to happen.
Yeah, which is fine. I mean, I think it's just you need to stop announcing dates on games this early. Just don't do that.
Is like, what's the point in that?
Yeah, what's the point of saying that this game? Like the worst offender was Arkham Knight last year, where it got revealed at E3.
Literally,
coming out
like
in October,
2 weeks later.
And then like 2 weeks later, like, oh no, by the way, it's getting delayed till the next year. And it got delayed 9 months, which is fine. Like, I'm willing to wait, but just don't announce the date in the first place.
I have heard that it's sometimes, not all the time, that it genuinely has to do with like investors and quarterly disclosures kind of thing. Like, here's what we have in our fiscal quarter. But you're right, like there's no need to announce specific dates like November 2015. And then actually we were totally joking about that November 2015
Yeah,
thing.
totally. Yeah.
So
it's a bummer.
I don't know, man.
But it's fine. Like, I'm totally the whole Miyamoto thing of a delayed game is delayed 6 months, a bad game's bad forever. Whatever that
true.
phrase is. Like, I'm totally just take as much time as you need for.
Although
a game.
Publishers probably wouldn't go for that anyways. No, a bad game is bad until we patch it. Until we patch it 17 times.
A bad game's bad for the next 3 months, and then it's an okay game. Yeah,
it'll be all right. It'll be all right in time. But man, you got to go up with you got Halo, Call of Duty, Assassins, Star Wars Battlefront.
Totally. Yeah.
It's a rough.
There are games that I'm sure are going to be announced at E3 that are going to come out this fall.
Yep, of course.
Yeah.
There always are. Yeah, should be good times.
Yeah.
Bad for our wallets.
Womp womp.
As usual.
Start stealing things.